Hey, Nacho! Two great movies came out today, A Law-Abiding Citizen and Where the Wild Things Are. Which one are you gonna see? I don't know, and I don't care. Personally, I was thinking A Law-Abiding Citizen because Gerard Butler's in it, but Where the Wild Things Are is pretty cool. I don't know, I don't care. I'm a fire in my laser! Okay, sorry about that creepy intro. The Killer Nacho is sick, and I'm going to be narrating his battle today. It's a UU battle with Anduril38, and so Anduril sends out Frostlet, or leads with Frostless, excuse me, and Nacho leads with Steelix. Frostless taunts Steelix, Steelix uses Stone Edge, and it does a buttload, and now the Frostless is gonna set up spikes. So then Nacho switches into Raikou and sets up a sub while the Frostless is still like and chucking spikes at it. But that Thunderbolt I'm pretty sure will KO the Frostless, and it does. Okay, I have no idea what's gonna happen now. Okay, so Anduril sends out Registeel, and Raikou's still gonna be all raw and throw Thunderbolts at it. And then yeah, so the Registeel sets up Stealth Rocks, and that's pretty brutal to, like, go, Pokemon, and then, like, they land on spikes and rocks. That sounds, like, horrible. Anyway, so the Registeel uses that Earthquake and breaks Raikou's sub, and, Raikou now has, like, full health because of leftovers, and, yeah. So, Nacho decides to send in Rhyperior, and he's like, I am slow as the continents moving on this earth. And Registeel goes with an Earthquake, and that does enough. And, so now, he's going to go for a Rock Polish, and, so now he's a speedy little continent of the world. And so Registeel uses another Earthquake, and he's like, Rhyperior can live that. But then he gets a crit, and that's pretty gay. And Registeel's like mocking him with his 1, 2, 5, 7 eyes. So he goes into his sexy lady and sets up a sub. And Registeel's gonna be like, Ice Punch, and Miss Magia sub fades and stuff. So Registeel's like beasting out there. He's like, ooh, ah, 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 or whatever his cry is. I don't know. That sounds like a monkey. So, anyways, now he goes back into Steelix to take the Ice Punch, I guess. And so now these two Tyrants of Steel are there. And so Registeel hits Steelix with her Earthquake. And then Steelix sets up Stealth Rocks. And, yeah, I think, and, Rhyperior is, even though he's gone, dead and gone, he's still a continent, and so they're like tremble, beating all over Rhyperior with Earthquakes, and Rhyperior's like, hey, you crazy kids, stop that. I'm sure. But so yeah, it's not going really anywhere fast, but Anduril withdraws, and goes into Chikamasu, chicken broth stew? Yeah, that looks like it says chicken broth stew. Let's go with that. So now he sends out his Azumarill, but hurt by spikes and Stealth Rocks is pretty brutal. And then his chicken broth stew goes for a hidden power, probably fighting. Yeah. So Azumarill uses Aqua Jet, and that looks to be like a 2-hit KO, possibly? Yes, okay. And the chicken broth stew is gonna go flaw and throw a Shadow Ball at it. And one more Aqua Jet should finish off, but he decides to go into Registeel. Yeah. And that, I don't know. I don't think that will quite KO the Registeel. I don't think it will, and it doesn't. So Registeel beats on Rhyperior, and then Azumarill goes down. But I know Nacho's rejoicing on the inside because a shiny Azumarill looks like a Pikachu. But anyways, so now he goes into Raikou and hurt by spikes and Stealth Rocks, and oh man, that hurts. And Raikou's like, I'm done with you, Registeel. We are through. And Registeel's like, no, I loved looking at you from every angle with my 7 eyes. And then Raikou's like, you're weird. So yeah, Raikou decides to set up a sub, and Galade's gonna be like, with like swords and dance around like a pretty ballerina that it can't be because his parents forced him to be a fighting thing instead of a sister, or a fighting dude instead of being like his sister, Gardevoir. Yeah, so he's very angry, and so now he sword dances instead of being a girl. And so now it's going to do a buttload of damage, and Galade uses Shadow Sneak, and that's going to do a lot to Raikou, and Raikou's going to throw a Thunderbolt at it because it's mad, and KOs Galade. So, yeah, there we go. Who's he going to send out? He sends out his own Raikou. Alright, so now, I have no idea what Nacho's going to do, but, he's Hidden Power, and, after, his Raikou calms mine, that Hidden Powers are, like, not going to do anything. So, now his own Raikou uses Hidden Power, because, being all, like, angry and throwing Thunderbolts at each other isn't really going to be that effective. So now he goes into Steelix, because Steelix is steel, and, he's hurt by spikes, and by whatchajiggers, and because with, like, a calm mind and Steelix's special defense isn't that great, it goes down, even with all of the special defense EVs, if this is the right Steelix that Nacho is using. Anyway, so Swellow uses Facade, and it does okay amount, and so he sets up he sets up a sub, and Swellow's gonna do what he does best and poison itself because it wants to die, and so it, like, blindly runs itself into Raikou, because he gets a crit, returns to Nacho, and he sends out some Mismagius. Now, yeah, Raikou's gonna throw a Thunderbolt at it, and that's going to KO Mismagius, because Mismagius couldn't take that from a +1 Calm Mind Raikou. So he goes back into Swellow, and, man, that hurts so much, like, Stealth Rocks hurt so much, and, yeah, he gets a crit. I have no idea if that mattered or not, but, yeah. So when he goes into a chicken broth stew, and Swellow's gonna use Brave Bird to finish that off, and, I think he sent in chicken broth stew to finish that off, and then so he can get more poison damage and stuff, so he can go into his Honchkrow and Sucker Punch. Yeah. And I think that's game. Is it game? Yeah, that's game. Yeah, so rate, comment, subscribe, guys, like Nacho would say. Okay, so question of the day is, what movie do you plan on seeing this weekend? Because two great movies came out this weekend, and so which one are you going to see? I'm going to see A Law-Abiding Citizen tonight because Jared Butler's in it. But yeah, so if you're going to see a movie this weekend, tell me, or yeah. Okay, bye!